In this segment of Suffolk Headlines, we head to the North Suffolk Library for an African American History Month craft fair. Then we visit the Suffolk Art Gallery to celebrate African American history through art and song. Families were able to purchase unique handmade gifts from artists and crafters at the African American History Month craft fair on Saturday, February 6th at the North Suffolk Library. This free event gave crafters a venue to showcase their beautiful wares and also offer a chance to demonstrate to the public how the crafts are fashioned.
This is the book of my life. It's my journey through life, and I titled it Resilience in the Face of Adversity, a Suffolkian's Life Story. And I start from the beginning, my beginnings in Saratoga, part of Suffolk, and I go on through my multiple careers in federal government, in academia, in private sector, in the philanthropic area, and I explain what I did in life to make it worth publishing. I initially started this as a document for my son. I have one son and my grandsons. I have grandsons and granddaughter. But in talking to different people, I decided that I would write it and make it public for the public to enjoy. And it is, because when you look at it, in terms of my accomplishments, I list them out. I was the first African American to serve as director of the nation's New Brunswick laboratory. And people might say, well, what laboratory is that? It's a nuclear analytical chemistry laboratory that operates as a part of the United States Department of Energy. And so I was the first African American female to serve as its director. I was also the first African American female to serve as director of the Division of Educational Programs at Argonne National Laboratory. And I was the first female to serve as director of the Carver Research Foundation of Tuskegee University. Now that's the foundation that Dr. George Washington Carver established to carry on research at the university there. And when I joined the National Science Foundation as an executive there, I was one of 400 senior executives. And of that 400, only 6 were African American, and I was among those 6. So all of those are big accomplishments. But when you look at it and you look in terms of your family, this is my sister here, when you look in terms of the family, in my family, I'm the first one in the male family of Suffolk, Virginia, to earn a doctorate degree. And then as I earned that doctorate degree, it's the second doctorate degree in biochemistry earned by an African American. I was the first female. The initial person was male. So I feel once I sat down and started putting it together, I felt that this is really something to behold. I'm now retired, and I have time to do things like this, promote my book, and I sell them myself, as well as you can find them online at any of the websites where books are sold. This book is there. And I advise everybody to get a copy soon.
We are at the Suffolk Public Library in the Bennings Creek area, and it's Black History Month. And the Suffolk Public Library is kicking off the month with a craft fair. And I'm one of the participants. And I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia, and I've been doing art since 2010. After my retirement. This painting is a very special painting to me. We have a farm. My father bought a farm in 1947, and on the farm was this barn, and the barn is still there. It was red, and now it has lost all of its paint. It has not been repainted, but one day I was sitting on the front porch, and I decided we need to capture this barn before it completely falls down. So this is a barn that's on my family farm. My father was Theodore McClenny. He was a big tractor farmer, and he farmed until he passed in 1982. The farm is located in Southampton County in the Berlin-Ivor area. And my father was a farmer, his father was a farmer. He was a farmer in the Zuni area, Robert McClenny. And then on my mother's side of the family, my mother's grandfather was a farmer, and my mother's mother and father were farmers. So I really grew up on the soil. And I love painting landscapes and just being outside. This is my first time being at the Suffolk Art Fair, sponsored by the Suffolk Public Library. We have a person that sends out all kinds of announcements, and I saw that announcement, so I decided, I asked my daughter it has written a book on wellness, and I said, well, let's go to the craft fair. So we are very pleased to be here today and look forward to talking with lots of people. I'm just so impressed with all kinds of crafts here. There's a teenager here who's made scarves. There's another lady here who's made books, and I'm beside a person who does home decor. And there are people who have all kind of gifts, Valentine gifts, and all kind of fabric and all kind of. I talked with another lady who's making jewelry, and so there are all kind of crafts. So I think the people that come today will see a lot of talent in the African American community.
Well, today we're at the craft show in North Suffolk Library, Suffolk, Virginia, and there's a lot of mini crafts out here. But with my booth today, I crochet scarves, and there's mini scarves. I also do blankets, some hats, this is a scuddy, which is like a hood and a scarf combination. So just a lot of scarves. Actually, I never intended on doing it, but my freshman year in high school, my Spanish teacher, she sent me to detention. So while in detention, there was a teacher there, the one who was in charge of detention. She was teaching another girl how to crochet, and me being the only other student in the library, she was like, do you want to learn? I said, no, not really. Why would I want to do that? And then she was like, well, just give it a try. I did, and then 4 years later, here we are. A lot of people have just, as soon as I started posting them on Facebook, people just eating them up, ordering like crazy. And then ever since some of the new products, such as the hat and the scuddy, have come out, a lot of people have been more interested. I just find some designs online, and then I just go with it. Some designs, I just try to do a stitch that looks right, and it comes out, and if it works, it works.
Visitors came to the Suffolk Art Gallery on Thursday, February 11th to experience African American history through art and song. The evening included performances from the Norfolk State University Jazz Ensemble and spoken word artists. Artwork from the Suffolk Art Gallery's permanent collection of African art was on display.
We wanted to do something to celebrate African American history and to look at African American history through art and through music. So we have pieces on exhibit tonight from the Reed collection, donated by Drs. LT and Margaret Reed. And we also have the Norfolk State University Jazz Ensemble performing tonight. And they will be looking at African American history through gospel as well as jazz music. We hope that this is just the first in a series of events that we'll do annually for African American History Month. Please come out to the Suffolk Art Gallery. We have changing exhibits every 6 to 8 weeks, classes for children and adults, and an all-around good time.
I want to cross over to see my Lord, yes, get away, get away, oh, get away, get away, get away, get away, cheer me.
Thanks for watching this segment of Suffolk Headlines.